Welcome back. This is episode number 9, and I've had a bit of a look around as usual, and there are only a couple of things I need to do. Firstly, we've got some idle transports here at Edinburgh, and we've been shipping them across to Pyura, but it's already got enough people, and I'm hoping that we can colonise Carquish soon. So instead of sending them there, I'm going to send them to Carquish, and if I can get that graphics glitch away. So load up the transports. We've got 45 people there, so we can take all 9, and I might even redirect some of these other transports. So let's do that. We've got 4 there, and 4 there. Just checking where they're moving to. Looks like this one as well, so that can go to Carquish. Alright, good. Now, and there was one other thing, building at Mito. So Mito is ready for the core mine, if it can support the happiness. It's at -2. It'll go to -4 with this. It's already at high taxes, and it's already got the past high taxes penalty maxed out, so yes, it can support another upgrade in the mine. This upgrade will create 400 income minus the 200 that it's already making, so 200 income for 2 happiness. And you can see we've already got an entertainment complex which is providing 2 happiness exactly for 120. So this will make a net difference of 8. So that's just a way, 80, sorry. That's just a way of working out whether it's better to build the entertainment complex or upgrade the mine. And that will vary according to the system specifications. Irradiated worlds, I think, are the only one where that trade-off is not worth it because the maintenance costs are higher, but the richness of the system is also a factor, so something to keep an eye on. I think that was all I needed to do. Just to quickly check the research, we've got 42 turns there, 10, 17 and 9, so a few more turns before any new tech pops up. But I think everything else is okay, so let's keep moving. So Pyura just has 2 arcs orbiting there, which is annoying, but they don't seem to be going away, but oh well. Carquish, we can choose an action, we can choose to contaminate, so keep contaminating. At the end of the last episode we got access to a more virulent form of Xenoplague. So I'm hoping that where previously we'd sort of reached a steady state of 7 people, I think it was, or was it even higher, it might have been 12 or something, we might have pushed down below that steady state, and much like the growth rate discussion I was explaining about earlier, if they have too few people, they won't be able to breed fast enough to offset the plague reduction. So we might have pushed down below that steady state and be on a decaying path now. So hopefully we can get this population down to the point where we can exterminate, or we'll have another way to do it, but it's less desirable. It involves taking over the planet, then scrapping the world and shipping the population off. So it's a bit more awkward. Weapons lab's done. The last weapon lab's in the queue. And what else can we build here? Orleans has no asteroid belt or Oort cloud, so it can only build the surface mine, and it will be able to sustain that happiness quite easily. So we'll build the surface mine, and that'll be it. Once the heavy industries finish building this lab, we'll scrap that, and Orleans will be done until we get some new structures to build anyway. Augusta has a lot of population, so we might move some transports down. Move 5 transports down. So the idea is, for simple maintenance reasons, we'll wait until population hits 75, then we'll ship off groups of 5 people from these worlds to whatever's the current target. 75 is when the first unhappiness point kicks in, and 70 is enough to sustain 12 slots on the planet. So that'll be a pretty common theme. We'll try and keep it at or above 70, but below 75. So that's all fine. Yeah, no problems. Okay, let's keep going. And we'll do another contaminate. No, we're not interested in peace. No, we're not interested in any dealings with the Geolutions. 7 have arrived at Los Vada. Now that would be the Ark ship, the Mother Ark and its destroyers. And rather than leaving them there idly, I might send them up to the north, where we've got here a few planets that may not be colonized, I suspect. So let's do that. Okay, rather than move it there, I'll move one back to there. Oh. Yeah, so we'll see if we can colonize any of those ones, and I'll try and actually, I think we've got a scout over here at Pyura. I'll bring the scout along with them, and I might need to build some more scouts as we get we pick up the pace in terms of world colonization and exploration. So, Karquish, that's all done. Small terraform at Pyura. Okay, that can be upgraded to a large terraformer, or just terraformer proper, I think they call it. Yep, so that's done. And next we'll want some research labs here, so I'll put all 4 of those in the queue so I don't have to come back so often. Okay, the weapons research lab is done, so recycle that one. Scrap that one, I should say. That's all done. Good. Nothing at 75, so I'll keep moving. Alright, Karquish, and we'll do, how are we doing here? We're down to 5, that's good. Population's going down. Nothing. Alright, transports are Augusta, that's fine, that can wait. The Dreadnought's done, and the mine at Los Vada. Now, what's the go with Los Vada? Its tax rate's low, but it's got a lot of people, so we'll throw up the tax rate, and then have a look in the happiness screen. Right, so happiness will be, taxes. Taxes here. High taxes -2, another -2 for popularity, which will put it at -3, which means it can only sustain the current level of mine. It can't go up another level. So that's the end of that one. Now, it is a rich system, so I could build some shipyards here, but I don't really need to. And it doesn't have an asteroid belt, so they wouldn't be as cheap as they could be. So that'll do for Los Vada, I think. Until we get another happiness, empire-wide happiness change or a trade good or something here, we'll leave it at that. It can't sustain another level of mine. So that's Los Vada done as well. And choose action, subjugate and contaminate still. But we're down to 4, so surely at some point it will allow us to exterminate. I'm sure that's something I've seen before. Battle victory, coal mine at Mito. Now Mito's done as well. Nothing more for there. And the mine at Orleans is done, so that can go up a level. Yep, that's fine. How's Augusta? Is that at 75 yet? No, not quite. Nearly. I should just keep an eye on that list there. Okay, Karquish. No, still can't exterminate. One more. Contaminate. Transports arrived at St. Lincoln, and that's 72, so I can wait. Scouters arrived in deep space. Cool. You know what? I don't even need to wait for the mothership. I can just send him on by double right clicking. Because the mothership's now providing enough exploration radius to reach all the way up there. That's what happened. that was different. Battle victory, that's done. 75 at Augusta. Okay, so let's lift those guys off and across to Quaquish. Alright, and everything else is fine. We've got some more idle transports here at Edinburgh. We can move them as well. Only 3. But that's alright. St. Lincoln. Yeah, there's a few there. No, everything's fine there too. So let's turn 200. Quaquish, and we can exterminate at last. At 2 population. That's odd. You'd think it'd be 1 or something. Alright, we absolutely want to do that. Finally rid of them, which means we can colonize a new world. And Ark ship's arrived. So I want to keep sending the Ark ship up this way, but I might want to go to Epsilon. How do you pronounce that? Orridge? Epsilon Orridge, I guess. Dreadnought 2. Right, so I want some more scouts at this point. I'll let those scouts finish. They take 2 turns, and there's 2 turns left on the dreadnought, so that works out well. Terraform is done. And we can now colonize this world. And it won't be Delphi, it'll be Buta. And we're going to offload all the transports, which is 32, so this world will be almost, well, it will be at peak growth on this turn, which is a coincidence, but a happy one. So let's get another colonist workshop. We've got a lot of things to produce here. And it's time to move on to the next planet. Now, I've got a fleet in orbit above Pyura. Pyura has built its defences, so that fleet can move on now. There's 2 more Quaquar homeworlds here. We've got Lyonese and Avalon. Lyonese is a rich system with an asteroid belt, so that'll be a great ship world, as well as biodiversity, so it can do bio research efficiently. So that's definitely a target. It's got primitives, which is a bit annoying, but it's also got pollution resistance, so it's a completely rad-as world. We totally want to colonize that. Definitely send the armored assault ships, definitely the Infector, Mother Ark, and 5 Destroyer 2s. I'll leave some destroyers in orbit above Buta until it's built its defences. And I'll get these guys down here as well. Let me just re-specify that one. So we're meeting up just outside of Lyonese, because I'm not quite sure what kind of fleet we'll be facing there. So I'll group these 2 up and then hit it together. Ark ship, that's all done. Good. Now there are transports here at Buta, so we need to redistribute those. I want to get them into groups of 5, so I want 1 more at St. Lincoln. Mito can have 5. Earth has some on the way, I think. Here, what's going on? 4 moving to Earth. Okay, so 1 more to Earth. And I guess I'll need to move another 5 down to there. And the rest can go to Edinburgh. Alright, good. Let's keep rolling. We should just ship off. The Expectorata are getting annoyed, distrustful, and very hostile. That's interesting because I've never broken a trade agreement with them. I've just rejected everything they've offered. So obviously that slowly annoys them as well. Scout has arrived. Icy Paw. What a twist. That's fine. Whatever. Everything looks okay, I think. Just check for idle fleets. Make sure I'm on top of everything there. Dreadnoughts are there. Destroyers at Buta. Our 5 destroyers at Edinburgh, they can come along to Buta, at least, now that we've got so many dreadnoughts in the home territories. Scout is idle, and everything else is moving, so that's all fine. I don't think there's anything else to do with Earth. Yep, no, everything's fine. All under control. They're making a new diplomatic offer every turn. Flare at Orleans. Okay, so the first part of the fleet has arrived, and the second part will be next turn. War between the Expectrata and the Clergu. Oh, that's good. Hopefully they'll grind each other up a bit. New scouts. Okay, now I'll send one over to here, Talu, and I think I've scouted everything else. But I'll need scouts for... Oh yeah, here we go. I'll send one over there. And we'll get some new ships in the queue. Now, I'll build one infector at each shipyard. They take 5 turns. So I want to see if having more infectors increases the infection rate. So I'm not sure on that. I don't think it will, but it's worth trying. Nano construction complex. What happened here? The mine. Oh yeah, so core mine will be ready for as well. How's the tax rate? Let's get that tax rate up and have another look. So it'll be -4. Sorry, another -2, so it'll be -2 there, and then -2 from the core mine, and that'll be stabilized at -4. -4 popularity, so that's good. Columns workshop's done. Okay, good. We'll go straight to light industry with both of those. Not too worried about building mines, obviously, because we've got loads of money, and the income's pushing 5,000 a turn. I think we've reached economic escape velocity. We will not be worrying about money for the rest of the game. Yeah. So there's the fleet arriving there. No, not interested in that. Let's get that fleet down there. Arc ships arrived. Okay, so now I can send the scout across. And I'll send him separately because he moves faster. And then I'll send... So you've got to be careful with that because the scout moves faster. If I had, for example, cancel both those for a second. If I move them both, whoops, like that, the scout will travel along at the speed of the slowest ship. And in fact, I don't want that to happen. And now once that's set, I can't really separate it out. I can separate it out by doing that. But yeah, so I want the scout to go ahead of the fleet, basically, as a scout should do. Long range comms is done. Okay, so now we've got new worlds to colonize and, well, explore anyway. I don't know if we can colonize them. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll have to set a new research task. The infiltrator. What does infiltrator do? I don't think it can do... Oh yeah, it's got scan level 1 and survey. So it's not going to be faster than the scout, but it's harder to detect. It takes 4 turns. I've just built a bunch of scouts, so it's kind of redundant now, but there's a lot of history ahead of us in this game, so maybe information, that's where I'm going. Alright, so what's left to get is infinite range supply, or communication rather. So that will remove the hex boundaries for yeah, what I've been calling supply range. I like to think of it as supply range, it makes a lot more sense to me. Quantum communication, yeah. So that's going to be a really slow tech because it's in the rightmost column. That's done. We've got colony stealth. Means it's harder for them to detect our colonies. I don't care about that because we're not doing any sort of covert frontier settling. We're rolling in with a fleet, leveling a world and colonizing it from scratch. So that's not a lot of use to me. Jammer, maybe. Survey ship, we've already discussed that. And then there's a tree here which is about making your ships harder to detect. Well, I don't really care about that either because I think we've got the strongest fleet. So that's fine. So the infiltrators there, intruder is for raiding, and intruder 2, that's fine. Special forces, maybe. Extreme ops, yeah. Special forces and extreme ops are pretty cool, but I don't think we're going to need them for a long time. So, in fact, I'll finish up with the info research at this point and start kicking off either some more. Yeah, we've got a fair bit to do in weapons and shields, so maybe we'll kick off some more shields first. So now I've just got to go through and find the colonies that have info, and I'm pretty sure Mito was one of the first ones we did. So I'm going to scrap these labs. Okay, that's done. And build 4 new labs. And is there anywhere else that had info? This is really easy to check, thankfully. All I look for is yellow. Or even, there's an even easier way to check than this, which is to just go into the research screen and look at the output for yellow. The output is 0.22, which will just be the basic labs, the fraction divided amongst all the research tasks. So I'll leave it on Infiltrator. That's one of the fastest techs to do, so if there's any trickle over research, it can finish off that one. So that's all that done. Ready to keep moving. Nothing's at 75. Off we go. Okay, Lionese. What have we got here? Space Squid, 11 Destroyer 2s, ouch. 2 Dreadnoughts, ouch. 8 Falcons, a survey ship, 2 escort carriers. Shh. Okay, they've got a decent amount of stuff here. This is going to be interesting. So the escort carriers will be annoying. So they've got their little fighters. The Dreadnoughts. I'm not sure what we'll actually do here. 11 Destroyer 2s versus 17. But they've also got Dreadnought and Falcon. Tricky. Wow, this is surprisingly difficult. We need just a few more destroyers, I feel, before we can deal with those dreadnoughts. And we can't attack them. They've got missiles on the planet. I'll tell you what, we'll attack. We'll just hold off. We'll hold at the back of the combat area and wait and see what they do. If they advance on us, then that's fine. We'll put those guys back there. And these guys can sort of just hover around here. Mother Ark I absolutely want far back as possible. And what's that guy? The Infector, also as far back as possible. Alright, so the only other thing is to spread out the destroyers. Like so. Alright, well, let's just start the battle and see what happens. Speed it up. Maybe our technology on shield and weapons research will be enough to turn the tide. If they retreat, that'll make things very easy for us, though. They're not retreating. We're past the first minute. So, I can't really do a land invasion. Yeah, let's just go in. We'll lose a fair bit of our fleet, but whatever. Send those guys there. Those guys there. I really thought they would have retreated. But obviously they're not scared. That's a good evaluation by the AI, I'd have to say. They're not attacking though. They're going to wait until I'm over their missile platforms. So I'll kill these two batteries and pull back. Now there's my AI, my combat AI is suggesting I retreat. Obviously I'm not going to do that. Okay, so that's about to die. And while that happens, I'll launch the ground invasion. I don't know why the fleets look at this insane angle, insane direction the fleet took to retreat there. They decided to fly over the missiles by the look of it. Anyway. Alright, so they've landed and now they're actually advancing their ships. So what I have to do is get ready to counterattack. And I'll get my guys to just quickly wipe out these missiles as soon as they're done landing. In fact, I think I'll just send them in straight away. You guys can attack those. And you guys can attack those. Alright, so they've taken care of all the ground missiles except for those ones at the back. I can probably take care of those with those two guys. Or those four guys. And the rest of these tanks can take care of their militia. Meanwhile, my destroyers are slowly closing in, yes or no? They're being stupid about it. Let's do something a bit smarter like that. I'll regroup with these guys. Make sure my ground units are attacking theirs. So here comes my guys. Getting fairly well wiped out here. So my fleet broke up too much, I think, was the main problem there. And in concert with their psychic attacks, it's just been a little bit too much to deal with. Maybe. They're quite low on their shields, but you know, I think they're just cycling around well enough now. Yeah, they've got it. But we're nearly out of time, so I don't have to retreat. So we lost none of the armoured assault ships. The destroyers we lost half of, a bit more than half. And they lost pretty much everything except for a few ships. So we're going to need some more destroyers there. We got the... Where are the dreadnoughts? Oh, they're still waiting there. Did the dreadnoughts... Why didn't I move them? Don't know. Let's move them across to Buta. And let's just continue on as usual. Flare damage at Augusta, Mito, empty transports at Earth. Whatever. Yep. 34 at Lyonese, that's fine. Undecided battle. Research lab at Pyura. Light industry. Okay, so light industry, we'll go straight up to heavy industry with both. And we've got a bunch of destroyers coming into Buta. I think is what's going on here. 5 destroyers there. We've got 12 in orbit. I guess at this point I'd be smart to retreat, just in case they are somehow able to reinforce their fleet. I obviously wouldn't attack their planet again because they've got their fleet will outnumber me at this point. But if I regroup with these destroyers, it'll be fine. Nothing's above 75, and research-wise, one more turn for light antimatter warheads. That would have helped the battle probably. Anyway, so we'll just keep going. Ignore Pyura. Ignore the pirates. Transports have arrived at Buta. Okay. They can go back to Edinburgh. New technology's done. Righto. Now, in the shield discipline, we've got fast shields, further improved shields, and warheads to do for universal improvements to all systems. We've also got just Dreadnought 3s to unlock, and Stasis Shield, which is another universal improvement. And then the missile carriers and Predators. These are close, what do you call it? I guess you'd call these anti-ground. They take care of defensive structures. They're very defensive ships, huge defense values, and they've got good ground attack. So I guess, yeah, CAS, they probably fit the role of CAS aircraft. Close air support or tactical bombers maybe, I don't know, something like that. Okay, so what was I going to research instead of shield? Probably the next cheapest research will be fast shield regen. So that's pretty good. Let's get that. 20 turns. Talu, why are we at Talu? Oh, the scout. Ignore. No. Low damage at Augusta. Ships at Edinburgh. Okay, so we've got to get these guys to somewhere. Yeah, I can send them to Lyonese. I was just working out, just sort of looking at, by the time all my ships have grouped up at Buta, the dreadnoughts are on their way, and they'll be at Buta before, yeah, I should be able to manage this basically. So let's get all of those transport, oh no, not that many. So 43, I can take 10. 10 transports with people. Off they go. Scout at Telu, now he can go down to there. This guy has arrived here, and it's Baron Rich, an asteroid belt. Cool. So we'll be able to colonize that one, which is good. In fact, let's redirect those transports up to here. And coal mine at Orleans. Orleans is done. Heavy industry is done. Okay, that's good. So the heavy industry means we can do some happiness structures, and the other heavy industry will do the tech complex. Good, good, good. And have we got anybody at 75? No. Let's keep going. Transports arrived at Buta. More transports arriving here, huh? Unexpected. Ark ship has arrived. Let us build another colony. Oh, hello, hang on. Before we do that, the Expectrata are right there. Okay. Well, I like this world because it's rich with an asteroid belt, so I'm going to stake a claim on it. And as quickly as I can, I'll get some defensive structures in place. I'll also rename it. This one will be, let's call it Verona. And I'll leave the tax rate as is, that's fine. Colony discovered, Gath, yeah. So I gather that's the scouts. Got enough intelligence there to reach it. I'll still let the scout finish that path. Infectors are done. Alright, let's get them up to Buta. Only 2 of them are done though because some sort of flare has disrupted production as usual. Back to dreadnoughts. Oops. Dreadnoughts. And nearly there with St. Lincoln. Buta's up to 48 already. That's crazy. It might be time to go to higher taxes, I think. Oh, popularity -4. I better not. Not until those happiness structures are done. Okay. Fire is done. Gath, no, we don't want to do anything. We can have a quick look though, see what they've got. Some arcs, armored assault ships. Ooh, we better watch that. They might want to invade Verona. And in deep space here we've got just a Gelution transport. Layer of Mito. Transports arrived. Transports arrived. Ships at Buta. Okay, so we've got 24 Destroyer 2s now. And once the tech complex is done, we can start to roll some defenses. Scouts arrived. On he goes. Let's leave the fleet in orbit there at Verona. We won't bother going up to Epsilon Booties until we know whether we need to or not. And in the meantime, we'll get some defenses up on the planet's surface. Right, research labs are done. Let's go on with defensive. Like so. And Edinburgh, what have you got? 34. Dreadnoughts are 1, 2, 3, 4 turns away. You know, given the number of new worlds we've just established and are on the way to establishing, I think it might even be time to go back to Edinburgh and lower the growth rate. Lower the taxes to increase the growth rate. Start churning out some new people. And we're short on people, of course, here, but what I don't need is the tech complex. So I'll turn on the trade, the happiness, and we'll even turn on the biolab. We'll leave the mine offline. Yeah. So we'll leave it like that. and get this guy across to Lyonese. We'll start doing some transports over there. Alright, good. St. Lincoln, it'll have its 5 people, 75 soon, probably one more turn, maybe a few more turns. That's okay, it's all good. We're again, okay, we've arrived. Did we arrive there this turn? Yes. And they got lots of stuff. 8 orbital lasers. Ooh. Okay, what about over to here? Neutron stars are interesting. Interesting. Weather control is done. I suppose we're going to be too far away from any sort of trade at Buta. I think Los Vada. Did we ever try Los Vada? Oh yeah. I think Los Vada was in range. Maybe Buta will be in range too. Why not? I'll throw a landing station in the list, see if it comes up. Tech complex. Alright, so with the tech complex we can start building some missiles. Good. Light industry of Verona. Now, I can build the light missiles, but I've got a fleet in orbit there, so I'll just wait. Build the heavy industry and tech, and then build the proper missiles, the heavy missiles. And that's that. Now, Los Vada, why have you gone unhappy? Because of the landing station. That's fine. And same with Mito, it's probably got... why has Mito gone unhappy? It hasn't. It's just recovered from whatever disaster hit last turn. 2 more people at Edinburgh. And okay, in about 3 turns, when the dreadnoughts arrive, I'll send the fleet across again. Scout has arrived. I've got there a normal system with habitability 0. How interesting. Sure, let's check out that one. Unrest at Los Vada. Why? Haven't you repaired your... Fine. We'll drop the taxes down. Next turn the trade route will be back, so I don't know what the problem is, but... Anyway. Yeah, that's okay.
That is unacceptable.
No, definitely not giving them smart plague. It's the last thing we'll be doing. Sure, you can go there. Storm at Los Vada. Gee, I hope it didn't affect any happiness structures. Transports at Edinburgh. Okay, I forgot to move the transports last turn, so that means there'll be 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually. Scout has arrived. What have we got? Amazing wildlife, habitability 5, an asteroid belt, and it's not poor. We'll definitely colonize that one. Send the mother ark up there. The scout can go over there. New technology, Agent White. Alright, let's have a look in bio. And we have Sin, that's what we wanted. We totally want Sin. It's going to help us colonize things faster. 35 turns. Research lab at Mito. Okay, so Mito now, we want to build here. we'll actually build the skunkworks. So we'll start doing skunkworks research. And so the idea is that skunkworks will pick up a random research item and work at it with a 40% bonus. We won't know what it is until it's nearly done. It could be one of the ones we're already researching, but that's pretty low probability because there's only three things we're actively researching. No, 3, because we've recycled information now. So this will help us pick up things in the psychic and hyperspace disciplines, as well as maybe speed up some of the other things going on. They don't work collaboratively, so if it finishes before, if something's picked up in the skunkworks that's already being researched, and the skunkworks finishes it first, then the research here would be wasted. If I find out something's being researched here that will finish faster than the slow way here, I can switch topics, but if I find the skunkworks is researching something that will finish after one of these other ones, there's nothing I can do. It'll be just wasted research. So I would recommend not building a skunkworks until you've isolated your technologies as much as possible, just to avoid that overlap. But yeah, we'll pick up with the skunkworks as we finish some of these other topics. We'll start rolling out new skunkworks research everywhere, and we'll just be able to churn out those technologies really quickly. Amazing wildlife, yep, that's fine. I think it's one more turn for the main fleet to arrive. Yep. Here is done.
That is unacceptable.
No. Ancient race of machines. Map information for map, and they give 500 for 5 turns and a payment. And they think it's in our favour. Cautious, indifferent. You know what? I think I've annoyed enough people in the galaxy. I'm going to accept that. It'll give us a bit more intel on what's going on. And keep another one of the races happier. So yeah, that's not a bad trade-off. Flare damage. Dreadnoughts have arrived. Okay, so let's send the main fleet in. All 24 Destroyer 2s, the hover tanks, the Infector, and the Mother Ark. And some Dreadnoughts. No, I think I'll leave the Dreadnoughts. It'll be a few more turns before those defense... Oh, there's already a few there. Yeah, let's send the Dreadnoughts as well. I'll make a day of it. And I'll redirect those Infector ships. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 turns for those guys, so that'll be fine. Infectors will get there in... I missed that, whatever it was, 5, 6 turns something. And that last one as well. Scout has arrived. It's a dead planet with tachyon storms, so it's colonizable. And it's not poor, so I'll definitely be getting on that bandwagon. More dreadnoughts are finishing. We got any 75s yet? No. Mito, what's wrong with Mito? The Happiness Center. Damn. Oh well, it'll be actually 2 turns before that's ready. In the meantime, this place is at -8. You know, I'm going to drop the tax rate down. And it's still not going to be enough. The terraform was damaged as well, but that comes back in 1 turn, so that's alright. I'll leave Mito as is. Edinburgh. More people from Edinburgh. Like so. And I think we'll call this episode a wrap. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for episode number 10.